Hello, everybody. How are you doing on this fine Sunday evening? Welcome to Football Miami TV. I am Peter Brown, and we're going to have fun tonight. We are in the playoffs. The playoffs are here. They're underway. We have a game tomorrow, so lots of fun stuff to talk about, some exciting things, and we can talk about what are the odds. And so I did a little research on some odds. So we're going to have some fun with that tonight. But, of course, I don't do this by myself. Please welcome in everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Ed. Did I interrupt your coffee break?
Peter Brown! God, and how's it going, guys? Sorry, I was in the middle of my coffee, and I wasn't ready for Peter to say hello to me.
Mm-hmm.
But, which, by the way, I'm cheating on Café Bustelo, Peter.
Oh, well, we won't tell the team.
I'm not going to say the brand, but it's pretty good though. It's also one of them Cuban brands or Cuban owned brands, so it's pretty good. But dude, we're ready to go to the playoffs. Our first playoff ever. Not ever. I mean, real playoff.
I always put an asterisk over that first year because we barely made it, and we only made it in because of an expanded field. They let in 10 teams instead of 8 because of the situation. So
right. So we benefited of the circumstances, and this time this is I think the real first time we make the playoffs. Our team was on fire towards the end. Unfortunately, one of the guys that we might end up playing if things go the way they should, we might end up playing them if we happen to win this game. So hopefully, playing in a baseball field isn't going to hurt us too much.
Yeah. Well, that was the interesting thing is before, I think it was on Wednesday, there was a press conference with Coach Neville. And as of Wednesday, he still didn't know where the team was playing. The team had, New York City had announced that they were playing at Citi Field, but yet what MLS was telling Inter Miami, it was Red Bull Arena. So there was conflicting reports. And so Neville was a little bit frustrated because he's like, we don't know which hotel to stay at. We're staying at different hotels depending on what stadium we go to. So there was some frustration.
You want to be closer.
Yeah. So they are playing on a baseball field. But I mean, look, one baseball field to another because it was either Yankee Field or Citi Field, right? So
their fields are baseball fields. One way.
Right.
Well, they were supposed to play at Red Bull Arena though, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know their thinking behind it. I don't know the reason why they chose Citi Field, other than maybe because the team is used to playing on a baseball field, and it's kind of an advantage to them. They play on that field more than the visiting teams, so I think that it could play as an advantage to them. So maybe that's one of the reasons. But anyways, we can get into a lot of this as we go. If you're watching in, please say hi in the chat. We've got a few people checking in already, so go ahead and say hello, and we'll get to all that and more coming up.
Sure will.
Soon. Where's mine?
But first,
let's say a big thank you to our buddies at Caneswear. Caneswear is where you can go to get all your playoff needs. I mean, you probably need a new hat or jersey for the playoffs. You probably need the Heartbeat T-shirt or something like that because to look fresh for the playoffs. I'm thinking you probably need that. And so the place to go is Caneswear. Go to Caneswear and you'll get all that. And so and mention FMTV. And if it's too far, go to caneswear.com. All orders over $90 ship for free.
Yeah, and another thing, Peter, Christmas is coming up. Yes. It's almost Christmas.
At Home Depot, at Home Depot and Lowe's, it is Christmas already. Halloween's gone.
Dude, I'm telling you. No,
they didn't even get the full month.
Crazy. They skipped. Yeah, they're skipping Halloween.
They didn't skip it. I mean, they had stuff there, but they didn't get the full month. That's for sure.
Well, since Christmas is coming up, guys, start buying now. The prices are probably going to go even lower than they are right now. So Caneswear is the place to go. I know where I'm going to give. I shouldn't say this because, my family's probably watching, but everybody's getting Inter Miami stuff, whether they like it or not.
There you go.
So,
yeah, and they did tell me they're thinking about doing a blowout sale. So as soon as I find out, I'll tell everybody, and that'll be a great time to go shopping. So,
get ready.
Exactly.
So buy now anyways, because right now it's cheap.
Buy now.
Stuff.
Look, they're cheaper than the stadium. I know a lot of people like to go and buy things at the stadium because it's an impulse thing. You see the great selection that they have at the stadium, but you're going to spend more. You're going to pay more. So, Canes, where things are a little bit cheaper on top of that, you get a 10% discount by mentioning FMTV. So, yeah, Ed, let's say hi to some people.
Wow, we got a lot of people. Everybody's excited because of this whole playoff thing. And God, man, these guys got to come out, punching, man, because we need a winner on this game. Let's start off with Kata. Kata was the first person on there. You probably don't see him, Peter, because he said before we even started.
Yep.
Yeah. Then we got Jose Velasquez is with us.
I saw that.
He said hi.
Yes, sir.
He said hi. One world, one goal. We need her to go to the stadium with it. We talked about it last week. We need her to show up next year. We got B King. How you doing, Brian King?
Saying the stadium for Red Bull was empty. The playoffs.
Whoa.
I didn't watch it.
And they lost.
Yes.
We'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Got to get used to doing the spoiler thing because,
do it every Monday.
We're doing that other show. Yeah. Doopster is also with us. Doopster. Yeah, and he's talk about spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
Austin's in as well. Man, it's starting to look good, these playoffs. We also have Esteban Dido. Good old Esteban Dido. Who else we got? I think that's it for now. Guys, say hello. I know there's more of you guys in there. Just haven't said hello yet. Anthony Ornelas, he just popped up right now. Anthony Ornelas, see, they're popping in now. Say hello real quick and I'll mention you.
Calm before the storm.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good one. Going to be a good one, Peter Brown.
Yep. Well, as you check in, say hi. We'll throw you up on the screen. So
there you go.
So Ed, let's talk real quick about what's been going on so far. And
I wanted to bring up before anything, Peter. There's a lot of banter going on, because the coach Neville said, he was criticizing the whole stadium thing, right. and how they didn't make up their minds. So a lot of New York City fans were starting to say, oh, poor coach, he can't, he can't deal with it or whatever. And I was just like, well, and the coach makes sense. There's a lot of logistics behind it. And, it is pretty, this is a playoff game. It's, not just a normal game, it's a big deal. And it was, we were, 3 days into it, before the game started, and they still couldn't make up their mind. So, that's something MLS needs to get on top of these people about, they need to be serious. Maybe they thought it was an advantage of theirs to just, take their time, make them, lose some sleep, get angry about, the whole situation, not being, have them pay a little bit more for reservations and, getting the bus and all that stuff. All these things cost money. So,
yeah, Neville did say something about having some difficulty getting hotels. Like they apparently had already lost out on one or two that they were trying to get, and said that he was expecting MLS to help them in some way, whether it be financial or whether pull strings to get them into certain places. I don't know what he meant exactly, but that he expected MLS to help in some way because they seem to be taking a while to figure it out.
And I think they're legitimate complaints, man. They're
sure.
realistic. There's not professional. And New York City fans were making fun of that. That he can, that he needs to, just the team needs to play. I mean, either way, the team's going to play, and hopefully kick their butt so they can shut up. So if you guys want to do some banter, come on, bring Uncle Led 69 on Twitter.
There you go. Well. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot, and also we're playing the champs. New York City's a champ, so it's not going to be an easy game at all. Let's talk real quick about what we talked about the game so far. So LAFC has a bye. Los Angeles on yesterday beat Nashville 1-0.
Wow.
And Austin and Real Salt Lake. I did not see that game. But I know it went to penalties Austin's winning that. So it's going to be cool in the semi-conference on the West, LA versus LAFC. That's cool.
Wow, the El Clasico or whatever they call it.
Right.
That's going to be a great game, man. I can't wait to see. I have to see that game because it's going to be a good one. It's at 10 p.m. That's good.
Yeah.
Knows how to work.
And then surprise, Cincinnati beats Red Bull New York. I mean, Cincinnati for the longest time was the joke, of we used to always say, hey, at least we're not Cincinnati. At least we're better than Cincinnati. They're finally getting their act together and surprising some people. I mean, they're better. They were much this year than they have been in years past. But I think they surprised me at least by beating Red Bull. Knocked out Lewis Morgan.
Wow, that when I saw that, and Lewis Morgan scored a goal too. So for him, it must have been. And they came back. They were losing 1-0. So Cincinnati came back and won that one. Towards the end too. So that's got to be a heartbreak for New York City. I feel bad for Lewis Morgan. I hope that there's any way they can pull strings and bring him back because everybody loved him over here. Peter's like, no.
I don't see it.
Would you guys want him back?
No, I would love to have him back. I just don't see it happening. That's why I shake my head.
Yeah.
And then later on tonight, tonight, right after this show, Montreal versus Orlando. So that game I do want to watch. It's on ESPN. So I want to check.
As
that
much
game
as I want to see Montreal beat Orlando, I wouldn't mind us getting another shot at Orlando because I think we could beat them, and we'd get a home game.
I didn't think about that, but also where my mind was going was that I want it to be Orlando because we want Orlando to be our rivals, and right now we say rivalry, but there is no real rivalry yet. There's no real hatred. We haven't been that competitive against each other.
Well, really. off the field, Peter, there's been some
off the field a little bit, but I mean it's still building. It still needs more, is my point. So playing Orlando in the playoffs just helps build that rivalry, and so I want it for that reason.
And Peter, we get a home game. That would be. I mean, I as much as I hate to say it, I want Orlando to win that game. So we get if we got we got to win. If we get that win, we get a home game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I want to see another home game.
Of course.
And to properly say goodbye to Higuain because I just felt like he was cheated of his final game because he got injured and they took him out that game. And I just feel like he didn't. We needed him in there a little bit longer. I mean, what's up with the supporters groups too, man? They should have had like a tifo for the guy, goodbye, something. What's up with our supporters group?
The tifo game for Inter Miami this year, at least, has been weak. It has been very weak.
That Familia one was cool. I'm glad that everybody came together.
Sure.
There was that rivalry between supporters groups.
One?
But I like that they all came together. But yeah, just one.
One?
And they should have had one with Pepita Higuain, him doing one of these, or something, or celebrating a goal, hands up.
And there should have been one against Orlando, just calling them out, Mickey Mouse Club type stuff. I mean, there's just opportunities that were missed. It doesn't even have to be the biggest one for every single game, but there should be more. We want to be kind of like South American clubs and all that. Come on. Step it up.
Right. They I got to say the supporters groups are awesome because they're all singing one song and they look great on TV and everything. And that's really cool. But I just feel like, as far as the tifos and as far as them, they should have had a tifo for Higuain. If we get this playoff home game, it's the least you guys should do is get out there and do a tifo, saying goodbye. I know it's last minute and all, but I think he deserves it. He put on that, that shirt. He played, hard till the very end, and it would be a good tribute to him. A great goodbye.
Hey, let's also say a welcome to Diana. I'm not sure how you say that.
Armendariz.
Yeah.
Diana Armendariz.
I figured it was Diana, but it's Diana or Diana. If you're American, it's Diana. But I mean, like my Colombian coworker that I have, she pronounces it Diana. Carlos Nunez is also checking in on Facebook. So yeah. So
everything costs money.
Yeah,
that's true.
Back to
he's talking about tifos. Yeah,
Higuain, is also he is up for 2 potential awards this year. One being the comeback player of the year, which that one I kind of laugh at a little bit. I want him to win. He's our guy. But at the end of the day, if he had a better attitude and was fit, he wouldn't have to be comeback player. He's comeback player because his attitude sucked and he was out of shape. And then he finally got to the right place, and he's a rock star this year. So yes, he's coming back, but it's like you're awarding somebody for, being, to me, a comeback player is somebody's coming back from injury or something like that. He's coming back from a bad attitude. But he's still our guy, so I want him to win. And, there was all this drama, and he even said it in his goodbye press conference that people were mean to him online. And I know some fingers were pointed at me for being a little mean to him. But I think we were always rooting for him, but wanting him to have a better attitude. But, but to his point, though, that people were being mean to him on social media, it was funny. The day that he announced his retirement, I saw so many comments of just hatred on the guy. And I'm like, man, let the guy have at least one day. Just let him have one day at least to celebrate, right? Just one.
Yeah, and the end of the day, he had one hell of a career that, not many people in the world ever have. So the guy did good.
Yeah, exactly.
If he could only get that championship at the very end, that would be like the ultimate finish.
Yeah, exactly.
Last game of his career, and he pulls up that MLS trophy. That would be phenomenal.
Multi-Action is also checking in, saying the Austin Stadium was packed.
I've been there. A great stadium. Love the place. If I'd had to go anywhere, I'd probably be Austin because it's a cool town. I really liked it.
Higuain's also up for an award for
weird.
Goal of the Year. Yeah, Austin's weird. He's also up for Goal of the Year, one of his goals. And then Drake is up for an award as well. So
I saw that, Drake. Campana's also up for the Goal of the Year.
Right. Yeah.
So I actually voted for Campana because, I'm Ecuadorian. I have to.
I would vote for Campana too.
I think his goal was a little bit, more spectacular. Higuain's was a very well placed. What's it called? My wife just walked in. I'm gonna come and say hi. Hello. Hi, baby. Oh, I got baby. I'll saludar. Come, baby. Watch. Hi. Say hello, Peter.
Hello, Peter.
Hola. Hi, Peter.
Hola.
Hi, Peter. Peter.
Hola, Pio.
Too cute.
My beautiful baby. Yeah. Oh, here's the other one. Hello, Aria. Hi, Aria. Say hello. Hi, Peter.
Hello.
Peter. Hi.
All right, my babies, go.
Love you.
Love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
These are my babies. They're the ones that are going to the stadium with me.
Yep.
So, the future supporters group members.
Yes.
It's funny because the oldest one, Aria, she's like, I want to go. I like football, she says, but I don't like them throwing beer at me. But no beer.
Well, if you take her to the supporters section, that is what's going to happen.
Yeah. So it's hilarious, man.
And Kata's asking, maybe there's a delay, but Kata's asking, do they support Miami too?
Of course they do.
Yes, they do.
Of course they do.
They have been to many games.
Yes, they have.
Mm-hmm. So, so there's some awards that are up for the players, but the best award will be winning this weekend. And if also, I don't think I mentioned it before, but if you want to join the conversation, call 786-474-4435.
Do it, guys. Give us a call. Let us know what you think. Do we have a chance? Peter's done the odds.
I didn't do the odds. I looked them up.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I looked them up.
I thought you were one of them.
I don't know math, Ed. I am not good at math. So I I was sitting there thinking today. So I was chilling all day today. I didn't feel real great, so I was just chilling. And
what'd you do? Nothing.
I did
nothing all day.
I did nothing. As I was
Best
sitting there doing nothing, I watched the Dolphins game. And as I was doing nothing, I thought to myself, gambling is a big part of sports, and so what are the odds makers saying about the MLS Cup, and what are the odds saying about Inter Miami in particular? So I did a little research on just like what are the betting odds for Inter Miami, and so I went to a few different websites. MLS actually put up one from BetMGM. There's a few other sites too, and some of the dollar amounts vary, but it seems to be on average pretty accurate. But I thought it was interesting. So for this upcoming game, we are so I don't know. I had to just full backtrack a little bit. I had to kind of research a little gambling. I don't know gambling. I don't gamble. I don't know what all this stuff means. When people say it a 3-1, I don't know what any of that means. But the little bit of research that I did came up with you're plus 400, minus 100, and all that. And so I understand what that means now. Are you a gambler, Ed?
No. As a matter of fact, thank goodness you looked at it, because I didn't understand that. We were, I think, plus 400. What in tarnations is that?
Right. For this particular game, New York City is favored. So we are plus 400. So that means if you bet $100, you get back 400 if we win.
Oh, nice. I should have done that then. But I wouldn't know where to do it.
Right. So
I'm not a betting man.
So now I don't fully understand when it's a negative, and somebody can help out when it's a negative, because right now New York City is at negative 180. So I think basically you bet 100, you get back 80. I think that's you kind of lose a little bit of money on that one there. I think that's how that works, but I'm not 100% sure.
But the odds are you're going to get those $80.
I think, but then you still lose $20 if you bet 100 and you only get back 80, or you're getting back 180. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I think you get you probably make your money back.
But it's negative. It's negative 180. It's not plus 180. Plus 180 would be you get 180 back.
Yeah. So
I'm not exactly sure, but. At the end of the day, if you bet this game for Inter Miami, you're making $400 if they win. But I didn't go too deep on the whole negative thing, because I was really kind of interested on where we are in the actual MLS Cup. But as of this year, though, for New York City, we played them twice and we've won one and lost one. So it's even. We won at home, we lost on the road. That's the problem. We're playing on the road. So
we're pretty solid at home. Unfortunately, not too solid away. So it's going to be tough. These guys really got to play their butts off, man. That's all. They can't. They just need to come out and have that winning attitude. It's going to be tough, though. We know a couple players aren't coming back. I don't know if you've got the stats on that. Who's available?
I don't have all of it, but we'll get back to the betting. But what I did hear is that Pozuelo will be back, is what I've heard. And Campana will not. That's what I'm hearing.
Facepalm.
Yeah. So that's what I've heard.
I wanted to see both of our attackers, man, because I thought we were that one game where we had a little taste of them. It looked like they were, going to tear it up or something.
Yeah.
How do you say that? Perk dirty?
I don't know. That's a new one, but welcome, Perk Dirty.
Yeah.
That's a funny
dirty.
name.
I bet you're dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty man.
Eric Thomas checking in. I haven't seen Eric in here in a long time. Where you been?
Yeah, dude. Where's the love? He doesn't even send us messages anymore. Where's the love, man?
No.
Sheesh.
And he says, "My guys, Uncle Ed, downtown Peter Brown." But I haven't seen you in a while, so I don't know.
I think he's got a lady friend. That's why he's forgotten about us.
Wrong priorities.
Yeah.
So as far as everybody, I think everybody else for the team is pretty much healthy as far as I know. But the big question was Campana and Pozuelo. So from what I hear, Pozuelo will be back. And I saw somewhere in the chat, I've lost it at this point, but somebody was saying they thought that Pozuelo should get comeback player of the year because without Pozuelo, Higuain would not be who he is today.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with Pozuelo because he's just, that guy is the playmaker we needed, and he's been awesome, and man, he should get something. Somebody should give him a bonus or something. They definitely need to re-sign him.
Yeah, he's earned a contract. So for Pozuelo, is a contract year. So that's one reason why Toronto let him go. He didn't fit in their big plans, and he's a DP.
Fools.
He's a DP
Fools,
for them,
I tell you.
and
their losses are a win.
Exactly. But the contract was up, so. Yeah.
But I feel bad for Campana because he if we lose this game, that's it for him. I don't see him going to the World Cup. As a matter of fact, I don't see him going to the World Cup at all, unfortunately, because of his injuries and all that. He's just, not ready, I guess, and it's going to be really tough for them to call him up, even though he was scoring but he's just been hurt too much, and I guess he's just not going to make the World Cup. Your dream came true, Peter, because if he doesn't go to the World Cup, he's going to be cheaper.
I did not want him to go to the World Cup for that exact reason. Yes. I think Inter Miami will offer him a contract and try to buy him from the Wolves, and Perk Dirty was dirty. Perk Dirty was asking about Campana. Would he get an offer? And I think yes. I think Campana will definitely get an offer. He's clarifying here that he's talking about Campana.
I think so. He's young. He's young, and we need players like that. Everybody's gonna. I love the idea. You hear Ronaldo's coming, Messi's coming. Love those guys to be here, but they're already on the old side. So we need some young guys who are eventually going to go to Europe. He's got potential. He's got the size for it. I think he would fit that what's it called, that DP under 20. What was it? 21 DP or whatever.
Under 22. And the whole conversation, the whole question mark I have always had. Was just, does he qualify? Because in order to qualify, it has to be your first contract. And does a loan count as a contract? I don't think it does. So because I've seen other people mention him as a U22 initiative. So I think a loan does not count as a full contract. So I think he would still qualify.
Yeah. We forgot. We always talk. We run into Franco Panizo, who he's got his own show as well. Yeah. You need to. He would know because he's a professional, not like us. We're not professional. We're just soccer fans.
Eric Thomas was talking about Leo Campana. He likes to call him Leonard Bell. And to me, this, I've said it before, but I think this should be a theme song for Campana.
Let's hear it. Hear it.
Right there. Just
you can't monetize now.
Well, if only it's a few seconds, maybe we can. I don't know.
Oh, that's good enough. Right there. Yeah, because they're bells. Nobody's gonna be able to find that one.
But then once the bells come, the lick stick comes in. But I mean, he comes out walking on the field to a little bell.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
That. Yeah. He comes out walking out to the field like that.
Game of Thrones style too.
And then that comes in right there.
The other guys need to quit once the bells get going. They need to surrender.
Exactly. Or once he scores, you hit the bell and stuff like that. I know that's more of an NFL type of thing, and soccer purists may not like that. It's like I thought about that as like pitchers have like songs that they walk out to. I remember that on the old show,
wrestling.
Major League wrestlers. Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, I'm a real American. Remember that?
I don't remember the song, but I do. Everybody has. Yeah. Kata saying Undertaker had a song.
Oh yeah, he had the bells going too.
Yeah.
They had those bells in the Undertakers.
Exactly. And Perk Dirty is also saying the Freedom Bell. So it plays into the whole freedom thing that with Inter Miami.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Yeah. They could do a video on him with the bells. Yeah, dude. And the Freedom Tower thing. And forget about it.
Anthony Ornelas making me laugh. Random question. When do we get Matuidi back?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. We don't.
He's gone. We bought it. They bought out his contract. But the question is, when we getting back? When are we getting Pizarro back? Because he still is under contract for another year.
Oh, is it really for another year?
I mean, when I looked him up, we did this before.
We need that space too.
When we looked this stuff up before, and
sell him, Jorge Mas, sell him for $1 or something. I think they need to sell him for something. Just whatever. We lost. Oops, it's already lost money. What can you do? We need to get that Ronaldo who's coming, and Messi is coming as well with Campana there, dude. Talk about trifecta right there. Unstoppable.
Exactly.
But I think we got one too many DPs because if Pozuelo is also a DP.
Yeah, I mean, I joined. So the when you look him up right now, see, I did a deeper research on this before when I had more time. His contract with Monterrey expires in this year at December, but my research that I had saw before was that they had one more year on Campana with Inter Miami. So
Campana or Pizarro?
I'm sorry, Pizarro. You would have to buy him out because clearly if we still have one more year, which I think we do. If somebody else wants to clarify and double check while we're
ouch.
Go for it, but ouch. But we'd have to buy his contract because they're not bringing him back clearly. But right. I
mean, I thought he was a great player. He just didn't fit in with us at the time.
Yeah.
And he wasn't the playmaker that I think they wanted to convert him into. So, I don't know. And look, Perk Dirty saying he'd take him back. Controversial if
Perk Dirty. Oh, Perk Dirty says he would take him back, huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did.
Kata says, I hope he never comes back. Yeah, Perk Dirty says I'd take Pizarro back. It all depends if he fits. If he fits, he could play on the wing. If he fits, he is a talented player. He when he was on the ball, he always looked dangerous. He just didn't pass. So,
yeah, I think, like I said, I think he's a good player. Unfortunately, he wasn't that good this year. I think he also had injuries. Didn't make it to the Mexican World Cup team, so that hurt him as well. And I think his chances of making the World Cup in the future are pretty low because I think he's already close to hitting 30. So, he's a journeyman.
Tank checking in. Pizarro, y'all know I'd take him back in a heartbeat. Gonzalo is retiring.
Tank, you can tell your bro to hook us up with that. Let us find out if what was it that we were going to ask? If Campana would be an under 22, what's it called? DP. Yeah.
They've called it for the longest time the U22 initiative. That's what they've been calling it. So it's kind of like, you're under U22 DP. It doesn't count against your other 3 DPs, or if you're.
So then we could have 4.
That's how I understand it. Yes, because it doesn't count.
So
right.
So that would be Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Pozuelo, and Campana.
That's how I understand it. But I did a ton of research on the whole U22 initiative, but that was a while ago, and my memory's not that great. So, but the way I remember it is yes.
That would be awesome. Wow.
Tank is saying Tank's been watching. He said he started last night and Monterrey won, though he got subbed out.
Well, I haven't been watching the Mexican League so much. So
Me neither.
I used to watch more, but
just before this, I was watching. It was a game from earlier in the day, but I was watching German. I was Bayern Munich playing Freiburg. So the last, I don't know the final score, but last when I walked away, it was Bayern up 4-0. So they're going to win.
Bayern's just they're basically there's
champion
no
every year.
That's a one team league.
Yeah.
So it's it's
but they're not playing as well this year. But there's still plenty of time for them to pull it back and get back into contention.
And I'm a Werder Bremen fan, so that's not going too well.
Yeah, right.
They're not doing too well, so they're not even in the first division right now.
Let's get back to the odds, Ed. That was kind of fun. So what do you think the odds are for Inter Miami to win MLS Cup? Right now, Ed, I think you could use a few extra bucks, right? Can't you?
I sure can.
So, for a low $100, if you bet on Inter Miami today, what do you think you would get back in return for the entire cup? You're betting $100.
The entire cup?
You could lose. $100 isn't going to kill you. You could lose $100. It'll suck, but it won't kill you. $100. What are you getting in return?
So it's plus 1,000, I would imagine.
You say plus 1,000.
Right, yeah.
Ed, plus 3,300.
Wow. Wow. And that's probably going to change if they win this game.
Of course that changes. Yeah. That's now. That's before they play, right? So that's right now. And we're near the bottom. So we're the third from place team that in the betting for according to Vegas to win it all was Real Salt Lake at plus 5,000. Now,
they're out.
They're out. So
right.
Then above them, Orlando at plus 4,000.
Wow. So if they pull off, well, like I said earlier, if you guys check us out, I was hoping they would win so that we would win and we get a home, playoff game. That would be the ideal.
I saw some other conversations in the chat saying for tonight, people are Orlando fans so that we could potentially play them. I would agree. I would be up for that.
That would be awesome because my folks are coming into town and I can take my dad to that game. But I don't know about taking him up those steps. He's 82 years old.
Yeah. You might have to buy some lower bowl seats.
Yep.
Well, I mean, season tickets, we don't if we get a home game, we don't have tickets, right? We got to buy tickets. So they give you an option to buy your seat. But you don't have to buy your seat. You can buy it, but it's going to be a lot more money to sit down there. So
But I'll definitely get those 2 tickets. I'll tell you that much. The bad thing is that everybody's going to want to go. So I bet you my wife's going to want to go. The daughters are going to want to go. Obviously, the grandkids are going to have to go. It'll be anarchy. I'll just send them to the supporters section.
God, good luck there. Kata is saying he's so lost with this talk. Tell me how rich I'll be. Well, maybe there's a delay because if you
bet
$100, you're going to win $3,300 if you're an Inter Miami fan. If you're voting on Inter Miami, so the leader of it all, the team that has the least value, the least return, is obviously the favorite, which would be LAFC. So there's no big shocker there. That they're the favorite, and that Philadelphia is right underneath them, and Montreal is plus 800. They're in third place. So if you bet $100, you're going to get 800 on Montreal. So interesting.
Wow, and Montreal's they're up there in the table as well. So I'm surprised they're that bad.
Well, that's not bad. No, they're in the top 3.
Oh, gotcha.
They're in the.
I thought you said.
Yeah, they're in the top 3 of the teams that they say. Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, there you go. That you show me that. Let me see. It's all black. All right. There you go.
So
it's confusing, man.
Yeah. And that's one website. And here's another website I was looking at where it just shows different. This is just based on per game. And so right now for Orlando, Montreal is clearly the favorite, and they're plus 300 on average. But some websites, WinBet, for example, is plus 405. So there's a bunch of different. But on average, it's 300. So, but the simplified research was this one here. That was on MLS's website. So, here we are way down here. We're tied. We're tied with Nashville, Minnesota, and Inter Miami. Right here.
Right.
Tied.
Well, at least we're better than Orlando, even though we want them to win. I hate to say it, but anything for that
and
home game.
Minnesota and Dallas will play tonight. So tomorrow night. And so we'll see who wins that game from the West. So
Interesting. Well, it's going to be. I think LAFC is going to take the Galaxy on without a problem. But you never know. Chicharito could get into Carlos Vela's head.
Yeah, and it's funny with
LAFC. Is Bale even playing?
Vela?
Bale.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. But, with LAFC, what's funny is when they brought in Cherundolo for their coach, he was a great player. But I don't think he has any experience as a head coach. I thought this is a mistake. LAFC is going to go backwards because they're bringing in somebody's got to learn on the job. Kind of, people criticize Phil Neville for that same thing.
Right.
But he's doing good. I mean, it also helps when you get amazing players. So, that definitely helps a little bit.
Yeah. And, especially a league that'll look the other way. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly. I've said it before. As long as you cheat in conjunction with cooperation with MLS, you're golden. You do it and lie to them, That's it.
Well, I think we got to learn from our mistakes. Next time we do it the right way.
Yeah. Let's be open and honest, saying, come on. Now, like we've joked around about getting Messi and Ronaldo. We joke around about that, but I mean, who knows if it's really
MLS?
To some people it's not a joke, but MLS will bend all the rules to get those guys.
MLS, let's make it happen. They want to come to Miami. I don't blame them. It's nice down here.
Yeah.
People, that will definitely fill up that stadium. We're probably gonna have to go play at the Dolphin Stadium. If we get those two players, forget about it.
I don't know.
And our season tickets will go up crazy.
Oh yeah,
crazy like.
Oh yeah, they will. At least this year they're not going up. At least this year.
Well, I already got mine. So if they happen to do come here, at least this year I'll be able to watch.
Yeah, we're locked in this year. We're locked in this year.
Yeah.
At this, at least
Julio Caballero, you need to get your ticket, dude. I don't know if you've done it yet, but Peter and I were already there.
I renewed my season tickets at the week that Barcelona was here. So that week is when I renewed my tickets.
Well, I made sure I was next to Peter because I even asked my sales rep, and he's looked it up, and he's like, "Yep, you're next to Peter Brown." I was like, "Good, that's where I want to be."
That's where everybody wants to be, Ed. That's where everybody wants to be.
Oh yeah, downtown. Everybody wants to sit next to downtown Peter Brown.
They want to sit next to the good luck charm that I've been bringing. My brother.
Your brother, man.
Although it wore off.
I don't know. He didn't work.
It wore off on that last game.
Yeah. When I saw him, I was like, dude, we're going to win this game. He brought your brother.
Yeah, he wins. They win every game he comes to, right?
Well, not that last game. So I guess
not the last game.
His lucky charm is gone.
Yeah.
I don't know if you should bring him to the next game if we have the playoff game here.
Look, if we got a playoff game here, I might have to take my wife because, I mean, it's a big deal, right? But it's hard. It's a challenge because when my brother tells he works a lot, right? Whether it be at home and he was a military guy away from the family for most of his adult life, and he tells me like when he goes to the games, this is the only time he feels human. And so it's like, I can't take it away from him. That's my boy, you know. It's
Right.
my brother, my little brother. So
the bad thing is the wife.
But yeah, there's got to be a balance, right? Or there's got to be a balance. So we'll see. We'll see. If we got to win and tomorrow night, and then we'll see. And speaking of tomorrow night, one thing, if you're interested, not you, Ed. Well, yeah, you, but anybody. There are watch parties tomorrow night, official watch parties with MLS. They got La Tropical in Miami, which I think that's the brewery.
Wow.
Yeah, in Miami. Mickey
in
Burns,
Wynwood, yeah.
In Fort, it says Fort Lauderdale. Mickey Burns is in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's in
Hollywood.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hollywood, typo there. It says that's the funny thing.
They should have put Broward.
They put Mickey Burns in Fort Lauderdale. Address Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywood.
Right.
Dope.
They should put maybe Broward in Broward. And I heard there's a couple other places that they're gonna have them, but they didn't put them up here, I guess.
Oh well, I think it's because these are official through Inter Miami. So the other ones would be through supporters clubs. So
right.
You know, there's going to be, I'm sure supporters clubs are going to have their own watch parties. But here, if you go to this watch party, they're going to have giveaways and drink specials. First 100 fans to arrive at La Tropical will receive their first beer on us. In addition, all fans in attendance will receive 20% off all merchandise. Meanwhile, Mickey Burns will be Heineken, and La Tropical will be on special for Inter Miami fans.
Inter Miami fans, nice.
So you can get some deals there. Me personally, I will watch it at home. Tomorrow, Ed, is a Colombian holiday, so that means I got a lot of work tomorrow, because that means my entire team that I work with is off. So I have to do the work of 13.
Wow. So you're going to be busy.
I'm going to be busy. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay home and then watch the game here. And we talked about doing this. Instead of doing the Monday Night Nerd show, we're going to do, and hopefully you can join, but plan on doing a post-game wrap-up show. So everybody watching this, come back on Monday after the Inter Miami game. So I'll schedule it for what? So game starts at 7, schedule it for, say, what, maybe 9:30, 9:15, 9:30.
I'll be home by then, so that'll be good. I'll be watching at least the second half at home. So
right, and that way we're safe. Everybody has time to turn off the game if the game goes a little bit long, or get a snack and then come talk about that.
About the game. So hopefully we will be celebrating, and hopefully we'll have that playoff game at Dry Pink Stadium.
Eric Thomas saying, "Wait a minute, Peter, you talking all of these people, but where the hell do I sit if I come back down for the playoffs?"
Ooh, that's gonna be tough, man.
I don't know.
That's gonna be tough,
Eric. I don't know.
It's going to be so tough to get tickets if we get a playoff game.
Eric,
that's going to be.
If you don't come that often, I'll give you my ticket, of course. I got you, buddy. But there's not going to be as many available tickets as there were in the past, because we always said one of us will have an extra ticket. Well, you're only buying one ticket next year, right?
Yeah, I'm only buying one because the wife didn't go with me very often. So why spend an extra? Mm-hmm.
I totally get it. And that's one less seat that we would normally give to one of our friends, like an Eric or something like that.
Yeah. So it's
Esteban says, Peter will be like, Eric, who?
Oh, yeah. Those are, they're going to be more expensive. I'm sure they're going to be a little more expensive than they usually are. So a lot of people are going to, be wanting to get those tickets for those playoff games. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Let's just hope everything goes our way, and that can happen. As long as it doesn't matter, even if Orlando does lose and we have to go to Montreal, at least there'll be that extra game, and hopefully we can make something happen in Montreal. But first, let's get past New York City.
Yeah, exactly. Eric's, I don't understand his question, but he says, so no special videos from you tomorrow, Peter Brown. I don't know what that means. We're going to do the post-game show tomorrow.
Oh, he's probably thinking no nerd show. Maybe that's
no
what
nerd show.
About?
No nerd show.
Yeah. We're skipping the nerd show.
We're gonna do a soccer show. So post game, talk about whatever happens in the game. So we'll talk about that tomorrow night. So but
unless you guys want to talk nerd after we do the soccer thing,
and we whatever. Yeah, we can mix it up. What was you lost? I lost my train of thought.
What we were talking about with playoffs.
Kata says, ask the guy with the first class tickets area with food. Treat the man again, Peter. LOL.
Oh,
Eric,
talking about
because I took Eric over to that upgraded area because of our buddy who offers us tickets once in
Patrick,
a while.
Yeah, he hooks us up.
He's done it a few times, so yeah.
He definitely has a good spot. I was thinking about I asked about those tickets, but they're really expensive, Peter.
I mean,
I don't mind having a snack.
I know how much he spends per year. I asked.
A lot.
I asked. I don't want to share the man's business, so I'm not going to say it here, but I can't afford it. You can't afford it.
Right.
Together, we pool money. We still can't afford it.
We probably can't afford it, yeah.
So it's definitely out of range. But fans are also...
But if you guys want to start, to collect money so that we could sit there, that's acceptable. We should go GoFundMe or something.
You could put in a super chat. The super chats are available on these videos. You can super chat. You can super chat. So that we can get those upgraded seats. Just so we could share it with you. We'll
do videos.
Right. We'll do it for you. We won't enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll strictly be work.
No, it'll be all work.
Speaking. What I was thinking about before is if you haven't watched yet, go and check out my unboxing video of the Inter Miami season ticket member box because I thought that came out pretty good. It's the second one I've done. I try to emulate other people that do these unboxing things when they show their hands a lot. Wow.
Yeah, that was really cool. You're like, a lot of hand.
Yeah.
Hand
talk with your hands and
work.
stuff. Yeah, I've watched a few unboxing videos, and that's kind of how they do it. So I figured, let me rip it off. But
it was really interesting. I like the little tap of the box. Let's see if something else comes out. That was
nothing else came out.
I was doing the same thing. I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
But beggars can't be choosers, Peter.
No, apparently not. And actually, in that video, a new Weissman who we haven't seen in here in a long time, our friend from Atlanta. But he's still watching our stuff. He's still watching our stuff because he just hasn't been on the live show because he commented on that video that I was saying how we should get a pint glass in there. And he was saying that Atlanta's never given them a pint glass either. They don't get much. Atlanta doesn't get much either. So, I mean, I think a lot of MLS teams are in the same boat where they don't do a whole lot for their fans. But, my argument in that video was if they want to be an international, world-renowned club, treat your fans a little bit better.
Get me a mug. I wouldn't mind having a mug, Inter Miami right there.
I'm not picky.
Cafe Bustelo.
I'm a sucker for drinkware. Yeah, exactly. Put a sponsorship. That free bucket hat that they gave out to the first 10,000 fans. You could have made something along that line. It could be sponsored, but make it to where it's more or just a T-shirt. Here's the thing. So being a big Disney fan.
Let me interrupt you real quick. Mm-hmm. You made that bucket hat look really cool in that thing.
My wife and daughter.
You look like
laughed.
You were young. You look like really young.
My wife and daughter laughed at me, man. I put on that bucket hat and I'm walking around the house and they're just laughing at me. They're like, "No, you are not a bucket hat person." I'm like, "But what if I want to be? What if I want to be a bucket hat guy?" And they're like, "No, you're not a bucket hat guy." I'm like, "But can I? Can I be one?" No. But anyways, what I was getting
they're just afraid because you looked young. That's why they're afraid you look young. And wife was saying, "Oh no, he looks too young. He's going to start attracting younger ladies." That's probably what it was.
No, I don't think she's worried about that. But one of the things that they could have done, and it makes me think of Disney. So when you go to Disney World, if you're an annual pass holder there, which would be kind of the equivalent of a season ticket holder, right? They have merchandise specific for annual pass holders. Now, Disney, you got to buy them. They're not giving you anything. But my point was, people buy shirts and hats just because it says pass holder on it. So imagine Inter Miami just
elitists, like somebody that I know that I'm looking at. Well, I'm not pointing any fingers.
I don't currently have a pass, but they could have easily given a T-shirt, a cheap T-shirt, right? Just a cheap T-shirt that says, their slogan for the year, whatever it said on the scarf, something about being the heartbeat, and and on there could be season ticket member 2022, something that's totally elitist, like you said. You only get that cool shirt if you and it doesn't have to be an expensive jersey, a cheap T-shirt, man. There's so many good things they could have done in that box if they just gave it a little bit of thought, and they just didn't.
And dude, what's going to happen now that you talk about the heartbeat? If we win the championship, what are we going to be? Are we going to be the heart attack?
I don't know.
Just saying. I like that quiet. You just say quiet, like, okay.
Trying to think about that one.
You guys are the heart attack.
But I mean, that's a bad thing, isn't it? That's where my mind is. That. It's a bad
quiet spot in the video. You're like, okay, you guys are the heart attack.
It means you're killing us, though. That's what we are killing the team. That's what it means.
Right. Well, no. Yeah, you're right.
That's a compliment.
This doesn't make sense.
I think that's where my silence went.
Yeah, dude, you're killing them. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. Delete. Edit and delete that part.
Yeah. I want to answer a couple things.
People like your hat.
Centris SR Production says, I'm thinking of getting season tickets for the main stand with the family. Is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. When you say main stand,
you won't get wet.
I don't know where the main stand is, east or west. West is more expensive. West is more expensive than the east. East is a little cheaper. Some people complain about being on the east because the sun can be in your eyes, but literally that happened only a couple times this year because of the time that the game happened, and the sun went down fairly quick. So it was really never really an issue for us, was it, Ed?
Well, the main stand I would imagine would be the west, because that's where all the
call that the
suites
main
are
stand?
at.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, so if you're gonna get the west, then it's going to cost more money, but still, is it worth it? I mean, you get a more luxury area. You'll probably, depending on where you sit, get access to the club on the corner, the Northwest Club. So yeah, it's definitely worth it.
People are thinking you're rocking that bucket.
Are they saying that they like the bucket hat?
Yeah, they're thinking, you're rocking it.
I don't know if I believe people. I don't know if I believe people though.
Carter wants me to have the bucket hat. Unfortunately, I got two, and one I gave them to my daughter, so I can't. I don't have them here.
Yeah, I got one, and my brother got one. So. Right. But one world, one goal is saying the pint glass would break, Peter. No, it wouldn't. You got a hat and a scarf and a new stadium. Blah blah blah.
And a team.
Yeah, I know. but look. I say the reason I say pint glass is because I've seen it done. If I remember correctly, Nashville on their first season did that for their supporters. If I remember, because our old buddy Chris Marazzo sent me a picture. And if I remember correctly, they had a pint glass. So packaged right, it ain't going to break. So just saying. I'm just saying.
Fill it up with a little bit of paper here and there, you're good.
Exactly. And they're not throwing these things around. They're stacked up nicely. It'd been fine. It would have been fine. Yeah, some nice comments on the bucket hat, Anthony. Who
see? Look at that! I told you.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking.
My wife said I should wear that hat when I do the lawn, so blocks out some of the sun. But then it also gets sweaty and nasty because
Oh yeah.
So, all right. Well, tomorrow night's where we find out. Tank says we are the heart attack Herons, always getting those late winning goals. See, they give us the heart attack. They give us the heart attack. Are you watching the show Welcome to Wrexham?
No. As a matter of fact, that's one of the things I need to watch. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's the season's over. You got to watch it. That's the show. Wrexham is the team that Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney bought together. Rob is a TV star. He's on Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's one of those faces I'd recognize, but I haven't seen him in anything. But anyways, and I'm not going to give the whole season away, but they're watching near the end of the I think it was the last episode or the second to last episode, and Ryan Reynolds is just like saying how he hates this game because it is going to. He's like, he says, "You're trying to kill people," you know. Because they were saying basically the game, I think it was the FA Cup game, and that they were in, and the game went into extra time. He says, and so somebody was explaining it to him because he's still learning about soccer. He bought it because he was talked into it, and that's part of the whole show. But the guy's explaining to him how the game's going to continue because it was tied, and so it's got to go in two 15-minute halves. And he just looks at him and goes, "You guys are trying to kill people," and he was just.
There's the heart attacks. There you go. Then next year, the heart attacks.
All right.
You guys are the heart attacks.
Centra Senior Production saying we give other teams a heart attack. I think they give us a heart attack for
because we let them score early. That's what did us in with Montreal.
All right. Well, anyways, guys, I think it's time to wrap up and let's go watch Orlando City. And who are they playing again? Montreal.
I have Montreal.
Orlando, Montreal. It's going to be a tough game for Orlando, but tonight we want Orlando to win, so that and we want us to win tomorrow night, and so
we get that home playoff game. Woo!
Exactly. And
we need that to happen.
Everybody's yelling at me to play Aunt Deb's call. It was a Wednesday. She made a call for Wednesday, and it just didn't seem like it fit in today. And we always appreciate her calls, but it just didn't seem to fit today, so I didn't play it. But because we're mostly focusing on tomorrow's game. But check back with us right after the game tomorrow night, and we will. Kata's saying watch along. I don't think so. I think we'll just do the show right after the game.
After.
Come back, and we can all cry together, or we can all cheer together. So it'll a late show after Inter Miami hopefully wins.
Peter promises to wear the bucket hat tomorrow for the show. I think everybody wants that to happen.
All right. I'll rock the bucket. Rock the bucket.
All right.
Tank couldn't fit in. The bucket doesn't fit his big old head. He told me that when I saw him at the game.
Man.
He was telling me that.
He needs a stretchy one.
Exactly. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you tomorrow right after the game. See you, everybody. Thanks.